What is up and welcome back. We are your Emerald Coast relocation team.
Yeah, and recently we've been trying to show you guys kind of the difference between Pensacola and Pensacola Beach. Well, today we're going to be talking about something that confused us like crazy, and that is going to be Gulf Breeze separated into this like proper versus this unincorporated. And this is something that we have still to this day struggled with, even though we've been living here
We
for a
don't
while.
even know we call it unincorporated just because that's what we're used to. Like if you were part of a city, or okay, if your address had the city in it, but technically you're part of the county, then you were called unincorporated. But we've talked to so many people here and they're like, it's just not proper.
It's just
okay?
not proper.
So apparently you're just not the cool kid or something like that.
So this is what we're learning, and this is kind of the theory behind it. I actually just met with a bunch of girls that also came in from out of state, and they had the same kind of idea behind this of a lot of us moving from like the Midwest and coming down to Florida. We just love the fact that it's slower pace and that we've kind of craved and kind of leaned toward this unincorporated Gulf Breeze. But everybody here in Gulf Breeze, they all want to be improper. And we're like, why? Like, what is it that's going on with this? The only thing I can really come up with is number one, proper is home to the elementary, middle, and high school all on one, ground.
One campus,
Yeah, one campus, which is really, really nice and convenient because majority of the housing is going to be on that west side. Whereas if you're over on the unincorporated or the non-proper side of Gulf Breeze, you're going to have your elementary school, but you do not have a middle or high school just yet.
Yeah, like I said, when you're an outsider coming into Gulf Breeze, this is something that you kind of start to catch on. Even going to a few of the stores in proper, you say, hey, yeah, I'm on the other side of the nature preserve. They're like, oh.
You're like,
apparently you're not living it. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so I guess that's a thing. But it's great though on the like unincorporated side because your golf cart. Yes, you can have that golf cart over and proper, but it's pretty much just like you're limited by the highway, so you're stuck over there where the stores are on the other side of the street. And so if you're like on Oriole Beach, Tiger Point, kind of all these areas on the south side of 98 over in Gulf Breeze unincorporated, you can take your golf cart to the stores, to Lowe's, to like hardware stores, restaurants. It's amazing over here. And also I feel like it's more spread out over here. We have more land, right? And so, but I guess apparently there's just this huge stigma to where Gulf Breeze unincorporated isn't as cool as Gulf Breeze proper. I still don't understand it. I don't get it.
Maybe if we've been here longer, we'll get it.
Maybe,
because that was kind of the theory of some of the other people we were talking about is if we're here longer, maybe it'll be more desirable. Now, couple things real quick before we show you. We don't want you to take our word for it. We're gonna actually show you
We're gonna take you up to the sky,
and show you the difference. But a couple things just real quick before we do that. The thing about proper is that that's going to be your main pass-through from Pensacola downtown over to Pensacola Beach. So you're going to get all of that traffic. When we were over there, we really feel that. We're like, oh, we're trying to get away from the busyness. Over in Gulf Breeze unincorporated, that's going to be your main pass-through over to, say, Navarre. However, the good thing about Navarre going that direction is Navarre has their own bridge going over to the beach. And so they don't necessarily have to come through Gulf Breeze to go that way. They have two directions. So for us, it's kept down some of the traffic. Although in unincorporated, I think they're kind of building for the growth over here. And so now we have construction traffic, which I don't know who works on that.
It's like, what do you do all day?
We have not seen a lot of work.
You see cones set out and you're just like, well, where do you go? There's like no work getting done. Every now and then you'll see a guy out there just kind of doing something, and then like a couple hours later he's gone and you're like, what did you do?
So I think they are preparing for unincorporated to grow with this, widening of the road. We're getting a really beautiful privacy wall on, say, like the right side when you're going towards
the north side of the
north side. Thank you. I'm like, which direction? As we're going towards proper, we're getting that beautiful.
My right, your left. Oh, yes.
Well, especially when I point on camera, it goes the opposite direction. But anyways, we are getting like early signs, new development along the water side over on 191 that's showing that unincorporated is going to be growing. The other thing that proper has over Gulf Breeze unincorporated is going to be the restaurants, and this has been a struggle, I feel like, and it doesn't look like development is keeping up with what that looks like over at proper. I also have heard a rumor though that when Gulf Breeze was first kind of growing out, they didn't want people to be coming to Gulf Breeze to visit. They wanted to push people into Pensacola downtown or historic downtown, and then also to the beach to go do things, and they wanted this to be the quiet, more suburbia living, and I think that's maybe why we're kind of lacking in that department. But again, don't take our word for it. Let's go ahead and you want to take it to the sky?
Yeah, before we take it to the sky though, guys, if this is content that you do love, if you do love this channel, because we do this for you, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Maybe give us a thumbs up and the notification bell. That way you're notified every single time we put out a new video. If you are looking at moving to and purchasing real estate in the Emerald Coast, we're talking about Pensacola all the way over to Destin, give us a call or text the phone number right below. Right below right there, we answer. It doesn't matter date or time. Let's take it to the sky right now.